Hey everyone, and welcome to the Blue Bridge. They told me that Chelsea didn't have a style of play, they didn't have an identity. But today I think it showed that we do, and unfortunately, it's not a good one. So welcome to the match review of Bournemouth 0, Chelsea 0. So when Real Madrid change personnel, when they change a manager, they still play the same type of football. When Barcelona change personnel, change manager, again, they still play the same type of football. But Bayern Munich is another one. No matter who the manager is, no matter what the personnel is, the football is kind of just similar. And Chelsea today showed that no matter who the personnel is, no matter who the manager is, nothing has changed because we've changed the manager. From the team who was there last year, I think it's only Thiago Silva, Ben Chilwell who came on off the bench, and who else was there? And Raheem Sterling and Conor Gallagher. So that's just 4 players. I don't think I've missed anyone who were there from last season, who played games from last season. I'm not including the likes of Levi Colwill because this is his first full season at Chelsea. But different personnel, different manager, same type of football. And for anyone who doesn't know what this identity is, you know, where have you been? I don't know, for the last 4 or 5 seasons. How have you been watching Chelsea? Was it Sarri to blame who implemented this slow build-up, possession-based type of football? But that's what we do, because this is our identity, guys. Pass, 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 sideways pass, cross, hope for the best, miss. Pass, 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 sideways pass, cross, hope for the best, miss. Try to walk the ball in the back of the net. Don't take any chances from long range or distance. When the pitch is open up in the middle, don't take the opportunity to try and drive through. You pass it sideways again to try and get a ball, a cut back or a cross into the middle. And you allow the opponents to just sit back, defend deep, knowing that they are comfortable because, Chelsea's chance creations are not going to be great. And even if they do create a chance, then 9 times out of 10, they're going to either have a poor shot or not hit the target. So that's the way. That's our identity, guys, and that's it. I thought there was only going to be one winner, and it wasn't going to be us. The only positive from this game was that Bournemouth didn't score a breakaway goal. They had the opportunities towards the end, and towards the end, I thought there was only going to be one winner. And the only positive is that we didn't concede a soft goal at the end, because that's usually part of that DNA as well, conceding a soft goal from the opponent's 3rd or 4th attempt at goal. And yeah, so that's the only thing we got away with. But a point against Bournemouth, disappointing point. And the football, I'm sorry guys, it's just poor. I'm not one of these guys who's calling for the manager's head. That's ridiculous and reactionary. I'm a guy who understands the situation at the moment as well. So I'm not being too hard, but I'm just laying out the realities, the facts. Today you saw on the bench, there's some players I've never even heard of as well. I had to look at them and Google them. I know we got some guy from Norwich, I can't remember his name. We got another striker. I think he was on West Ham's books. What was his name? Even now, I can't even remember what these guys' names are, to be honest. So 10 players out injured. So, are we a cursed club? The same thing what happened last season. We had loads of injuries, the international break, we got back from there. Caicedo wasn't fit enough to play. And so, we did have a very threadbare team. We spent a lot of money last season, this season on players. But with all these injuries, we still can't get a proper team together. And the area, I keep saying, which hasn't been addressed, is a proper target man. And until we address that situation, then it's going to be more of the same. So rather than going through the whole thing, I took notes throughout the game, and I'm just going to read out the notes that I took out for the game, just to see how wasteful we are in possession and when we get chances. So people were crying out for Mudryk to play ahead of Chilwell, but different personnel, same outcome. Mudryk wasn't great. He wasn't, he wasn't the difference maker that some of our fan base was making out that he would be. He started off quite brightly with a nice turn of pace and cross. But Gallagher, poor finish off the fire, didn't set himself properly, and that was the sort of pattern of our play. Not getting ready for those opportunities that came our way. So had he been set properly, then he could have taken had a better chance at converting that opportunity. But instead, off his fire and over the bar. And then Sterling hit a terrible shot wide. He had so much brace. I think, who was it? Gusto put him through. Someone put him through, and he just didn't hit the target again. With Sterling, he's meant to be one of the senior pros. Just dragged his shot with under no pressure whatsoever, and he's got to be hitting the target. So another opportunity goes begging. Then you had Jackson off the post, but again, good work for Mudryk before he filtered away. He disappeared out of the game after these, the early promise. Nice little 1-2s between him and Mudryk and Jackson, reminiscent of what we saw in pre-season, which ended up with Jackson taking a shot which it's the post. I wouldn't call that one unlucky because he kind of scuffed his shot, so a bit of connection, and that's in the back of the net. And then we had an opportunity for Bournemouth, actually. Sanchez, a good save by Sanchez, who did well today. It was his best game for Chelsea, kept us in it with some of his saves. A very good save, and that was... But the defence switched off. Mainly Disassi allowed this guy to come in from the left-hand side without even looking at him. And Sanchez made himself big. Good save. Then we had another Sterling shot. I can't remember. I just put Sterling shot. Was it a big opportunity? I should have written more about that, but he had a Sterling shot. Obviously, to win the score from that one. And then Sterling again, he was through. And rather than passing it vertically through to Jackson, who had made a good run, he's passing it out wide again. Why are we passing it wide? Why can't we be more positive and do more vertical passes and horizontal pass? And again, it was allowed Bournemouth to set. Then we had the Gallagher shot, decent save, but again, had he put a bit of connection on that, then it doesn't give Neto the chance to make that save. He kind of scuffed his shot, and Neto went down low, and good save. But I said if he had put a bit more power in it, then it's in the back of the net. Again, Sterling, poor final ball to Jackson once again. And we were through, but he just underhit the pass, easily cut out by the Bournemouth defenders. Then a bit of bad luck. This was in the second half. Start of the second half, Sterling gets a free kick off the woodwork, and it just bounces down on the line. Colwell went a little bit early, and the follow-ups went in to the back of the net, but was offside. So for me, that was a bit of bad luck. There's nothing wrong with that free kick. Good free kick, but just unlucky on that one. Then we had Jackson through, skewed the ball. Difficult chance, but he just didn't set himself properly, and he just skewed it off the foot. Then we had Palmer coming on for Mudryk. Gusto had a shot which went wide. Nothing wrong with that. At least he attempted a shot from distance, and he curled it. Just went wide. So I don't mind that. Then we had a Gallagher under-hit pass when we were in a very good position, easily cut out. Then Sterling, another poor shot from Sterling when he was in a good position. Then we had Disassi, another poor challenge by him that led to a free kick in a dangerous position for Bournemouth. Bournemouth came off the wall. I think it was it Gallagher who came off, and nothing came of that. And then Sanchez did a very good save from Solanke after again we switched off at the back, and Sanchez kept us in it. And another chance, Jackson, I said it before, where he reminds me of Tammy, where he doesn't get into the right positions in the right time. He didn't anticipate the cross which was coming in from, I think it was Ben Chilwell, and he didn't set himself for the header, so it sort of came off his head rather than him attacking the ball with his head. That was a great chance to score. And then Palmer's getting the he's starting to get into the habit as well. He's only been here a few days, and he's getting into that habit. So he drove through the middle, and he had a great opportunity. The pitch opened up, the goal opened up. He could have just taken that opportunity to take the shot. Instead of taking a shot, he played it out wide. Was it Gusto? And then the ball was played back into him, came off his thigh, and a decent save by the goalkeeper. But had he taken the shot when the opportunity opened up for him, then that would have been, I think he could have hit the ball on target and with a bit more power, and I think that was a better opportunity for him to score. So there you have it. These are just the notes I took. I don't think I missed anything, but again, all it is, poor finishing, poor decision making, and when we didn't have those chances, it was just slow, ponderous football. And to sum it up, we had 8 minutes of added time, and in the eighth minute of added time, this summed it up perfectly. We had the ball, we were in a good position, and there's no way that Bournemouth were going to win the ball back and get down the other end of the pitch in enough time, because they were set. But what did we do? Rather than just gamble, it was the last minute. This was the last minute, 97th minute and 20 seconds or whatever. We were passing it sideways, backwards, going sideways again, backwards, sideways, backwards, until the referee just blew his final whistle. Get men into the box. You're in the last minute. Get men into the box. Knock it into the box. You don't know what can happen. Get the second or third balls. You just don't know. But knocking it, what's good is it going to do? Just knocking the ball around in that last minute and not getting anywhere with the ball. The manager on the sidelines, he must have been telling them this is the last minute. If he isn't, he's got to be, him and his coaching staff have got to be telling them just to get the ball into the box. Is it a coaching issue? Is it a personnel issue? I don't know. I said, I know it's a young side. I know they got a gel. I know we need time and patience, but you need to start seeing some signs of what's happening, and this is just symptomatic of what's been happening for the past 5 or 6 seasons, and nothing has changed. The football isn't great to watch. It's just boring. And if we carry on like this, I'm not being reactionary here, but if we carry on like this, the best we can hope for this season, I'm thinking, is about 7th position, 7th or 8th, because we are too easy to play against. We're too easy to defend against. We're not creating clear-cut opportunities. Out of all those opportunities that I went through, the only one where the goalkeeper had the 2 saves that he had to make, and they were saves expected to make by the goalkeeper, was the Gallagher shot, which was a decent save, and the one from Cole Palmer. But again, they weren't like outstanding saves. They were just good goalkeeping saves, and that's the worry. We're not creating these opportunities where a goalkeeper has to be on the very top of his game to keep his side in it, because the shot selection is not good enough. So another frustrating day at Chelsea, and it's going to be a lot of frustrating times, I think. So we've got an advantage now over some of these teams who are playing in Europe. We've got a week on the training ground to work on our craft, but is something going to happen? We need something to start happening, because I mentioned it before, fans are going to be getting impatient, the players are going to be losing confidence, and it's just going to be more of the same again. One season of this type of football was bad enough last season, but if we have another one this season, it's going to be hard to take for a lot of our fan base. But we'll see what happens. Who we got next? I can't remember who we got next. Do I care? Don't know. Anyway, stick your comments in the section below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, turn on post notifications to be notified every time I make any video. So take care. Bye bye.